You got that song stuck in my head.
Barbara Ann. Yeah.
Barbara Ann.
Do you know who Barbara Ann is?
Barbara Ann?
Yeah.
Oh, it's an actual person?
Barbara Ann.
Oh. I just thought it was like fun words that they put together.
No, I'm pretty sure it's Barbara Ann.
No.
It fits too. You know, Barb's kind of one of those old lady names.
I know a Barb.
I know lots of Barbs.
I say I know a couple Barbs.
I do know a couple Barbs, yep.
No, Barbara Ann. Hello, everyone, to our...
hello.
Hello. Welcome back to There's a Turtle in My Soup. This is course number 8. Now, if you paid attention to the title, you will see, did we pass the stone? God, you know what? I'm going to start lying to people, and I'm going to tell people that I passed that stone. Because I'm tired of getting asked the question. It's still in me. I cannot
Allegedly.
get rid of it.
Yeah, allegedly it's still
Maybe. You know, like, I wonder with how many stones I've had in the process of me getting those stones taken out, if I am honestly just so loose, like, I just can't feel it. Like, I passed it and I didn't know it.
Maybe.
And this is my life that I'm at right now, where I'm just going to have this thing rattling around in me forever. But no, as of now, I have not passed my stone. It is still there. Unfortunately, I don't know, it'll come out when I least expect it to. So that's my life right now. Just living with shrapnel inside of me.
Do you remember where we left off at on movies? Like exactly where it was?
I remember me getting very upset about somebody asking us about movies at like an hour and 45 minutes into the stream, because you can't just...
That's way too late.
Yeah, you can't just spring that on me and be like, hey, you know, what do you like about movies? That is my life. Like, I love movies. I watch all the movies that I can. I try to get into...
collector.
I am. I think last time I counted all my movies, I want to say that I had 600 to like 700 movies.
That sounds right. Mm-hmm.
And that's including the multi-packs of movies where like you've got
3 in 1.
Yeah, like if you got like Lethal Weapon 1, 2, and then
or
3.
Like Ernest goes to school, Ernest goes on vacation, Ernest goes to the Bahamas.
You know what? I don't know. People should not have slept on the Ernest movies. Those were honestly pretty friggin' good.
No, as an adult.
What? You can't look at it like an adult, though.
As a kid, they're fun to watch, yeah.
You gotta look at it as if you're a child, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's how I would do it.
Okay, well, speaking of kids and movies, I got a question for you.
Okay.
Are there any kids movies, animated movies that like the primary audience were children? Were there any of those movies that like scared you as a kid? Because I absolutely have some for me.
Animated movies?
Any movie that's primary audience was geared towards children.
What was the one with the fairies in the woods?
Fairies in the Woods.
Yeah. We're like...
You're gonna have to give me more.
So like...
Fairies in the Woods are considered nymphs.
Okay.
If you know
Dungeons and Dragons.
If you know
fucking
folklore.
nerd.
If you know folklore.
With your nerd hair.
I've actually never played Dungeons and Dragons.
Me neither, but like a lot of people ask me to play it, and I'm almost like, I want to be insulted. Like,
I don't think there's anything wrong with it.
Well, I mean, I would love to.
My dad played it.
Ferngully. Yes, with Robin Williams. Robin Williams plays like a fruit bat or something. And like, there's these fairies that live in the trees, and this like logging company comes through.
Are they nymphs?
You're a nymph. No, nymph. You can't say nymph because nymph is too close to nympho.
It's a nympho.
Yeah,
Well,
that's just
what
weird.
it is, though. But that's what it is.
No, that sounds
That's
like a
actually where the
slur.
word. That's where the word derives from.
From fairies. Go ahead, spread your knowledge. Spread your bat wing of a sack of knowledge about nymphs.
That's just what the lore is.
What?
That I don't want to get into that, but like nymphs were tricksters. They were seductresses.
So they're like a siren.
Not as lethal, I guess, as far as mythology goes. But that's kind of where nympho is derived from.
Weird. No, so Fern Gully was definitely one that, like, as a kid, I watched that. It was dark. Phantasma with Mickey Mouse, where he's like conducting the seas and everything. Fantasia.
Yeah, you're thinking of the Batman villain.
Yeah. Whoops.
Yeah. Which that's an awesome.
That's a great one. That's on Netflix too.
Is that?
Yes, it is.
Oh, I need to.
You know what's
that.
also on Netflix?
I have the VHS somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have a VHS player?
No.
Well, then what fucking good does that do you?
That's what I'm saying.
God, that sucks because like we used to have some great VHS tapes, and then like now they're just sitting in an attic somewhere, like not doing a damn thing.
Right.
And like the only way that you can play them is if you go to Goodwill and try to find a VHS DVD combo and pray that it works. Ugh.
What's Fern Gully about? I don't remember that one.
I just told you.
Oh,
It's about the nymphs.
You got
Does that
off
make you
topic
better?
about nymphs. Yeah.
Okay, so the nymphs are in the woods.
You brought up fruit bats.
Because that's what Robin Williams' character
Okay,
was.
he's a fruit bat.
Yeah, he was all
Okay.
weird and goofy and shit.
So what scared you about it? Is what I'm asking.
It was just a dark movie. There was also this like shadow figure, like a
That'll do it.
sludge or something. Morgan has all our VHS tapes. My nieces probably have them all in their room, but I think Fern Gully is actually one of those VHSs. But no, there's just like this sludge that went through, like another one geared towards kids that like probably freaked me out as a little kid myself. Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yeah.
Oogie Boogie, man. Oogie Boogie got me.
Yeah.
Like Boogie Monster, the little like when the bugs would come out of him and things like that. Like Jack was always cool. The part where like the Frankenstein lady is like feeding the stew to the guy and like just I don't know, the animation of it just freaked me out, man.
Mine are the Hunchback of Notre Dame.
Why?
The Hunchback, as a kid, dude, I don't know, he scared me.
But he was so sweet and kind.
I was also, 5 when I saw it.
That had like a lot of action towards the end and everything
It was just the Hunchback that kind of scared me, man.
I thought he was cool.
It scared me.
I had his like action figure from McDonald's, from like the dollar menu, the kids meal. I had one of the Hunchback action figures. Cause didn't that also have the gargoyles?
Yeah, the gargoyles.
Yeah, you had like finger puppet gargoyles.
Yeah.
We had those.
Oh, I remember the finger puppets. Yeah.
We had those.
The other one that scared me was definitely Alice in Wonderland. Specifically, Tweedledee and Tweedledum.
I never got into that.
Watching it as a kid, it just scares you because it is a little darker.
Watching it as a kid, I couldn't keep up with it. Like it was all over the place. Which now I realize is the equivalent of having an acid trip. Like if you're actually gonna watch it and try, like God help anybody if they actually take acid and watch that movie, because I feel like you're not gonna like where you're going. But yeah, I never watched that one. I don't even know if I watched it all the way through as an adult.
As an adult, I probably haven't. No. I don't think I've seen it since I was a kid.
Which
also means I've never seen Hunchback of Notre Dame ever, like fully through, because I couldn't finish watching it as a kid because he freaked me out.
Notre Dame.
You want to say it all American? Sure.
I'm sorry, where are you at? America?
Okay.
America.
Okay. How do you pronounce Mexico?
Mexico.
There we go.
Oh, you gotta do that. That's just fun. But to sit there and be like, Notre Dame, sounds like you're gonna be polishing your shoes and fucking sipping on some tea. Fucking red coat.
I feel like there's issues that we can address that are deeper than the way that I
Would
pronounce
you like some sugar for
Notre
your tea?
Dame.
You want to talk about the Hunchback though? Did you know that story is actually older than when Disney got it?
Yeah.
And that have you ever looked at the ending, the real ending of it? It's fucking dark.
I've heard about it a little bit. I don't recall. I remember reading it about it at one point. I just don't remember what exactly.
So the
goes
Hunchback.
Most of their stories are like derived from
dude,
prior stories.
Ariel, Little Mermaid. That's got another dark story
Right.
too.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
But no. So the Hunchback. What was the girl's name in the movie? Mesmeralda or
I don't
something.
remember.
Whatever.
I've never watched it through.
So in the old story, she dies. And she gets thrown in like some tomb or something, and then the Hunchback goes and finds her body, and he lays with her until he dies of starvation or whatever. And like years later, they unearth the tomb and they find the two bodies like coiled together, like she was laying there dead, and he just laid up and snuggled up next to her, and like it's sad. It's cute, but it's sad at the same time.
Not quite suitable for kids.
No, because Disney definitely didn't go with that because they made a sequel to it, which I didn't watch. That was one of those, like, you've got some movies that, like, okay, The Lion King. The Lion King cartoon. Great movie. It's great. Honestly, cried when Scar throws Mufasa off of the cliff.
Was that one of your cry movies?
Oh, dude, hands down.
Yeah.
Cause Simba comes up and he's trying to like, get up, Dad, get up, help. But he lays there with his body, and it's like 5.
Yeah, that's a cry movie for my
Like,
mom.
why am I watching this right now? It's so sad. And then he
Mm-hmm.
runs off and meets Timon and Pumbaa and has a great life. But it's like, damn. But like, I love that movie. I'll go back. I'll watch that movie as an adult. Like, I'll put it on repeat. I don't care.
That's how I am with Aladdin.
Aladdin is another one,
Yeah.
but that's mostly because of Genie. Like, I'll get on YouTube and look up like Genie moments. But so Aladdin 1 is great with the Genie because it's Robin Williams. Aladdin 2, not great with the Genie because it's not Robin Williams.
Do you know who it is though?
No, I can't recall.
It's the same guy that voices Homer Simpson.
Fuck off.
He also, if you recall, in that '70s show, when Fez and Lori were married, and then they got, I don't know, someone came from immigration to see if their marriage was legit or not.
Oh, yeah.
The bald dude.
Yeah.
That's the guy.
Oh, okay.
That's who it is.
Well, you
I don't remember
sir
his name.
are no Robin Williams. But Robin Williams came back for the third movie, and that made it awesome.
He was the genie in the animated series too. That guy.
Yeah, well, that was trash too. So
The animated series?
I didn't like it.
Are you crazy?
No, because it's one of those things where it's like you're trying to squeeze too much out of that sponge.
It was so good.
Yeah.
So good.
Old Yeller was sad. True statement. Never watched it though. Never watched Old Yeller. Never watched Little House on the Prairie. Like, those times are boring. And I don't know. Old Yeller wasn't one that, like, I don't even know if we had that when I was a kid. Like, I know it was out, but I don't think we had a copy of it, so I never watched it. But
What's another cry movie for you? So we know Lion King.
Lion King gets me. Warrior. I will always talk about this movie, Warrior, with Joel Edgerton and Tom Hardy. I have a man crush on Tom Hardy.
Nick Nolte too, right? Isn't he the dad?
Yeah, Nick Nolte, who plays just like a fucked up character, but he's great.
Mm-hmm.
At the end of it,
He didn't have to act, apparently.
probably not. Well, he's trying through most of the movie. He's sober, so he's just like he talks through. Like he's got a bunch of spit in the back of his throat. Ugh. But like the ending of it, there's a song that plays by The National called "About Today." I will hear that song play, and it's just like a super calm melody, and then like he's singing, but he's not. Like he's just kind of like whispering to you. And I'll watch it, and I'll start to cry. And like the full ending comes in, and by the end of it, like I've got solid streams. Like I'm watering my beard at this point. But I remember I was showing that to an old friend of mine, Kayla, and I told her I was like, "This movie will make you cry." And she goes, "I've been through some serious shit in my life." She goes, "This movie will not make me cry."
Mm-hmm.
Fast forward to the end of it.
They all say that.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We get to the end of it, and the song hits. Ending happens. They're walking down the tunnel, and I look back at her, and she's like ugly crying, just and I laughed at her, and she's like, "Fuck you! Why would you make me watch this? Like, why would you challenge me?"
Mm-hmm.
Like, of course, I know movies. Like, I know emotions. I don't know. What about you? What tears you up? You're usually a stoic person.
I am usually. There's 2 movies.
Like I feel like you would stomp your own toe rather than cry from a movie.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you felt one coming, you would like punch your cheek to try to like make it not do it. Get back in there.
I don't have a whole lot of cry movies. I've got 2.
He's too tough. He's too strong.
I've got 2, and I guess they're both embarrassing in their own right. One was Bird Box. We watched Bird Box at home on Netflix. In the end, when she names the kids, like, it wasn't like, you felt your eyes swell up and it's like, coming. I was like, oh! Like, I was crying. I was crying.
Like, okay, so wait, so you actually felt it coming, though? Like, it wasn't just like, oh, there it is.
Well,
like you pooped yourself.
You know how the ending goes, they kind of make it there, and you're like, there's this relief, there's emotions, and then like when she's about to name the kids, and like it's coming, and I'm like, oh crap, and you just kind of feel it, and then she names them, and it's like, oh, just there's nothing I could do about it too.
That's fair.
It was too much cry to like try and stop yourself. It wasn't like, no, you're not gonna cry. It was, I can't hold it back.
See, I don't think I cried during that. I had more questions.
Mm-hmm.
We watched that movie. Liz and I did, and when we went to bed, I snuggled up behind her and like got real close to her ear, and she was like sitting there thinking like, oh, he's gonna say something really cute, like, oh, what's he gonna whisper in my ear? And I was like, hey, and like I felt her kind of shiver, and I was like, do you think if people had glaucoma in Bird Box, they wouldn't see the monster? And she goes, are you fucking serious?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I thought you were going to be cute right now, and you asked me a dumbass question like that. And I was like, I have questions. I can't help it.
The other movie for me was in theater when I cried. It was in theater, a packed theater because it was opening night. It was The Dark Knight Rises.
Yeah. When he went over the bay.
He takes the bomb, he flies over the bay, sacrifices himself, and then Michael Caine has that crying scene as Alfred. When he's looking at his
when
grave.
he's apologizing with the graves.
Yeah, and he's crying, and I lost it, man. I fucking lost it. And then we're going to leave at the end of the theater, and the people in front of us and the people behind us were like, hey, did you cry? Like, fuck yeah, I cried, dude. What about it?
I'm not a monster.
Yeah.
I have emotions.
Batman sacrificed himself.
But, like, not even saying who he was. Like, that was probably one of the better parts. Was, like, how he got Jim Gordon to, like, figure it out. It was like putting a coat over a young boy's shoulders after his parents died. Mm-hmm. And then he flies away and he goes, Bruce Wayne?
A young man whose name we don't even know.
Perhaps Bruce Wayne. I get it, you're Bruce Wayne, Batman. Give her his mom. College Humor has ruined that whole movie series. Like when he goes
At the bay.
At the bay. Watching the tide roll away. One movie that definitely made me cry in theaters. Oh my god!
Oh, do you have an in theaters cry?
Oh, yeah, I do.
Nice.
Space Cowboys. Space Cowboys is another great one, which we were talking about. The legend himself, Clint Eastwood, working with another legend himself, Tommy Lee Jones, working with another legend, Donald Sutherland, working with another legend. I can't remember the other guy's
It's
name.
not Tommy Lee Jones. I'm not a Tommy Lee Jones fan.
Why, are you scared of his ears too?
His ears are scary. Yes. His ears are scary.
They're so big. Like, they've always been big,
Yeah,
too.
I just don't like him after, I mean, fuck Batman Forever. It totally sucks, but just his behavior that he is.
Because you found out that he didn't like Jim Carrey on the set?
Yeah, he's just a douchebag.
He's not a douchebag.
No, he's a
he's just
douchebag.
old school.
He's
That's
just a
like...
douchebag.
So, James Garner, thank you. Clint Eastwood's kind of like that, too, where he's like a no-nonsense kind of thing. When, Matt Damon...
That is how Christian Bale is, though, too.
Oh, dick?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's come to news. But,
Yeah.
Matt Damon did this movie in Viticus with Clint Eastwood. It's a movie about rugby.
Mm-hmm.
And
South Africa.
Yep. Matt Damon was talking about how when he would do a scene, he would get through the line, and Clint would go, cut. And Matt would be like, hey, can I run that back again? I think I can do it better. And Clint would just look at him like, if you could do it better, you'd have done it the first time. Moving on.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, you can't sit there and argue with him because it's like, I don't know, he'll fucking shoot you.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and he'll ask you if you feel lucky. And you won't because you got shot.
He'll reach into his jacket, he'll pull out a finger gun, and he'll shoot you with an actual bullet from his finger gun.
Yeah, Chuck Norris has bad dreams about Clint Eastwood.
About Clint Eastwood, yep.
No, one of my tearful moments, we were at, like I said, I'm a very big comic book guy. I've followed Marvel and DC. So, early 2000s, when X-Men came around, Hugh Jackman assumed the role of Wolverine.
Almost went to Russell Crowe.
That would have made sense. They like to fight.
Russell Crowe's the one that pointed them in the direction of Jackman.
That's good.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, so 17 years later, we're watching the movie Logan in theaters, and it packed.
Was it?
Oh man, was it packed!
I actually still haven't seen Logan.
You are missing out, my friend. But so at the end, like everybody knew this was Hugh Jackman's last one. They said it was based off of Old Man Logan, this and that. Everybody knew that he was gonna die. And even though you know it, sometimes you're just not ready for it.
Mm-hmm.
And when that scene came for him to die, there was this little girl that was like standing over him, and she's crying, and she's got like the snot coming out with like a bubble, and like just full blown tears, and I'm just sitting in the front. They just started loving each other. The snot. She got the snot. I was so obnoxious. Like I was that person that you hate in the theater.
That was me in Anchorman 2.
Why? Because you were laughing hysterically?
I think it was actually one that I actually went to see with Bree, and it's the scene where the RV flips over, and you see it coming the whole time once he brings up cruise control, and just that slow motion. There's all this, just the build up, man. He's like, best thing I ever did was put in this deep fryer, chimichanga. And then it flips over, and I was laughing obnoxiously, hysterically.
You know,
everyone hated my guts. And
a movie. Speaking of laughing hysterically, She's Out of My League.
I missed that one that night.
Did you?
Yeah, I wasn't there for that one. It was you and Adam. I heard.
Oh,
I've heard the story. Yeah.
Sorry,
That
I
part's
thought
not
you
even
were there
like-
for that.
It's not even like a crazy funny part either.
It's not. It's not. So there's a scene in this movie. She's out of my league. I highly suggest it. It's a fun movie. It's like an hour and a
I
half.
freaking love
Great.
that movie.
So this guy's on a date with a girl that is totally out of his league, and
Allegedly.
I mean, like if you do the system of it,
Allegedly,
it
though.
gets close. So her ex shows up or whatever, and like as he gets introduced, he goes, "Well, actually, I'm her ex." He turns around, like the character that we're following turns around and grabs his glass of water. He goes, "Oh!" And he grabs it and takes a drink. Well, my buddy Adam and I, we're sitting at the top row of the theater, and we're like farthest away from each other. But it was probably like around fall or winter time that we went and saw this. And there's like 4 or 5 people in between us. And during the cold months, I lose my voice. And in doing that, I get a laugh where I laugh like Seth Rogen. I can't help it. It just happens. And so he does the and I laugh and I go and Adam down at the other end starts laughing, but he's got a high pitched laugh, so he's like
One of the most contagious laughs ever. Yeah.
And then I laughed at his laugh, he laughed at mine.
Yeah.
A solid 3 minutes has passed since this scene, and we're still just giggling at each other. And somebody finally, like from 4 rows down, turns around and just goes, "Shut the fuck up!" And we laughed even harder at that. Because, like, like I hate being that guy, but man, sometimes you just cannot repress. Like, okay, name a time that you have laughed when you absolutely shouldn't have. Yeah, I know you got him. Oh, I hope we're thinking of the same story. Tell me about a time that you had a joke or that you laughed when you absolutely shouldn't have.
Okay. When I laughed when I absolutely shouldn't have. Multiple times when we've gone bowling and like little kids fall, and I just hysterically laugh and I can't help it.
I don't give a fuck about your kid.
Like they'll be the next lane over. Kid falls, biffs it. I can't help it.
Mm-hmm.
We laugh first, man. We laugh first. Ask if you're okay later.
Yeah.
I've got a lot of moments where I've laughed when I shouldn't have laughed. So this is, I mean, I could fill an entire podcast with moments that I've laughed when I should not have laughed.
Yeah, that'll be the next one.
What's the moment you're thinking of?
What was the story of the dude at Duck City where he just confided in you and you just stepped on him?
I didn't laugh.
No, but you were a fucking dick.
Okay, so that story just goes, we were on our break, and we go...
Set the scene.
We go sit down at a table, and everyone's kind of like...
Who's we?
The cooks, and then some of the servers, we're all like taking a break, and nobody ever sits at the same table. We're like...
You guys are like segregated.
Yeah, like a table apart, because we all just sort of like want our space before we head into a night. And he was kind of new, and I was like the one that he talked to the most, because I was the sous chef there, and I was like, teaching him what's what.
You're involved with the
Yeah,
most.
I'm involved with him. Yeah, so I got to talk with him. I guess one of his best friends had passed away like that morning or like the night before or something like that.
Oh, so he like kind of opened up to you about that.
He comes up and sits right next to me, and I'm just like, chilling, just kind of like almost meditating in a way. And he
just fucks up your set.
He was like, "Man, I see his face wherever I go," and I said nothing. I looked at him, saw he was like crying. I looked forward. I got up, and I left the building. I didn't say a single word. I said nothing. He was trying to confide in me, and I just left.
Oh my god, it's so mean, but it's so funny.
I literally walked outside just to get away from everyone.
Oh my god.
I just didn't want to be around anyone.
Like, you make eye contact, tell him with your eyes, "I don't fucking care." Look straight and then get up and leave.
Everyone saw it go down and they're like, "Dude, you like ripped out his heart." I'm like, I didn't even say a word. I said nothing.
Your fucking silence did it.
I literally said nothing.
Oh my god. I love that one.
Everyone loves that one.
Oh.
But me.
Woo, why? You gotta embrace the hate, man.
Yeah, I know. I would not ever go back and do it over. I'd do the same thing. Sorry.
Would you at least throw out a sorry to him? Like, hey, sorry about your luck?
No.
Call him a pussy while you're walking away?
That's not the moment to open up to someone that you've known for 3 days, maybe, and then, like, start crying. No, man. No, I'll walk away all day. All day.
See, I'm usually pretty good at, like, if somebody comes up to me and they want to talk, like, I'll listen to them, I'll talk, and I don't know. I have a bad habit of, I have a dark mind, I guess, where, I have a messed up sense of humor, is what it is, and, like, that's how I cope with things.
Yeah.
So, like, I try to make a joke out of it. My buddy Craig and I, we do this thing where we try to out-negative each other. So, like, if I'm having a bad day, I come and find him. Too. Oh, dude, he has the worst luck.
They don't call him Eeyore for nothing.
No, man. And, like, everybody's like, oh, he sounds so sad all the time. I'm like, well, if you're talking to him about the wrong thing, yeah. And I was like, but most of the time, like, him and I will be at work and we'll be on the phone and we'll be talking like this, just, real upbeat and stuff, and somebody will call for him and be like, yeah, go ahead. And they're like, God, he just sounds like he's got a shotgun in his mouth at all times. I'm like, he just doesn't like you. I don't know. But, like, we'll go back and forth on, like, bad things that have happened and this and that. Like, when I hurt my knee, he hurt his shoulder about the same time. Like, I hurt my left knee, he hurt his right shoulder. So we would go back and forth, like, comparing who felt the worst.
Okay.
And, I don't know, somebody sat in on that one time where they, like, listened to us complaining about things. And they're like, are you guys going to Romeo and Juliet this or something? Like, what the fuck?
Slip the poison.
Yeah, I'm like, you do me, I do you. I don't know. Mm-hmm. Shit, why not?
Yeah.
But we didn't. We don't talk about that. Like, we don't go there. But nah, that's how we cope with it. We're like, we make jokes and, like, we laugh at each other's expense, and I don't know. Sometimes you have to, but, like, that too. I've had that because I feel like I've had kind of a rough go, I guess, in life. Life, I guess. I haven't had a rough go in life. Like, I've had a great life, but, like, I don't know.
Did college not pay off?
College?
No.
The fuck is college? I've been to a college, but I've never. Oh, when I was getting ready to graduate, or my senior year, when I sat down to talk to my counselor, and she just, like, completely skipped over college, and I was like, you don't want to ask me about college? She goes, do you really think you're going to college?
I usually just like to skip over college, buy some stock, and then just roll tens all game.
Yeah, well.
Just roll tens all game.
Yeah, you also end up with the most amount of kids.
I do. I've had that when we play Life, and I hit, like, all the kid freaking tiles, and then I end up having to, like, stack them in between each other in my station wagon.
Yep, you just need to buy a second station wagon. Man, when's the last time you played the game of Life?
I actually played with my grandparents not terribly long ago. I don't know, within the last 2 years. I do love that story about your counselor just, like, being upfront with you.
Dude, straight up.
Instead of, because other counselors will bullshit you and be like, you gotta go to college, it's the only way you can amount to anything, blah, 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 get in debt, feed the system.
Yeah. She straight up looked at me and she was like, do you really think college is in your future? And I was like, no, but you can still talk to me about it. Like, damn. Like, you can at least pretend that I have a bright future ahead of me.
Right.
But she looked at me and she was like, nope, it's ditch digging for you, buddy. Whatever. I don't have debt. Suck on that.
Suck on that.
Suck on that at one time.
Your credit score is probably better. Maybe? No? Sore subject? Okay.
Not sore subject. It's just... Dude, it's tough. Miss one payment. Miss one fucking payment. And it drops your credit score like 100 points.
Does it?
I don't know. It can really fuck up your credit score.
I guess I just don't know.
When's the last time you even checked your credit? Do you know how to check your credit?
Yeah. I get like a little loosely accurate summary when I go into my Capital One account.
Oh.
I'll go to like make a payment and then.
Well,
I'm doing okay.
We're in the market for a new house. So now we're starting to question all this stuff. And I'm actually like keeping tabs on my credit. And I always joked, I'm like, it's not terrible. I was like, but, you know, it's probably decent. It's probably like 650, close to 700. You know, it's all right.
No?
No.
You really want to be like 700.
For anything good, yeah.
Like, you want to be 700 or higher. Like,
You want to be 700 or higher.
you really do.
Whatever, man. It's not terrible.
That's okay.
Like, I don't know. I don't have like a 200.
Yeah.
But, I don't know. Okay, we were talking about kids' movies that scared you. Name an actual scary movie that scared you.
We were talking about
as
that
an
like 20
adult.
minutes ago.
Yeah, I know, and we got way off track here, but I want to get back to movies.
Scary movie that scared me as an adult.
Ooh, sad movies. I just remembered one. Sorry.
I remember one earlier too. It
What?
didn't quite make me cry, but Ladder 49 came close. Ladder 49 came close.
That's a solid one.
Yeah.
That one's tough.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That one hits close to home because I'm
Yeah.
being a firefighter and everything like that. Shit, that one's actually supposed to make you cry. I was going to talk about another kids movie that shouldn't. Is Fox and the Hound.
Oh yeah, Fox and the Hound.
Oh, that fucks you up. Makes you never want to leave your animal anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And like,
That didn't get me, but I
I can understand why most humans would have that emotion.
I can understand why most humans would cry. Hey,
I understand why people with feelings, whatever those are.
at least I have empathy. Except if you come to me on break and like try and cry, then I don't have empathy. But
I will eat your heart. I'll eat your heart.
I literally said nothing. I just walked away.
That's worse, though. Like, that's absolutely worse.
So what if I had looked at him and said, "Go away," and then just not gotten away, and I just sat
No. You don't have to say go away. You just gotta look at it and be like, nah, dude. Like, I can't help you, bud. Like, at least you're being honest. Like, hey, man, I feel for you, but I don't care.
But then I can pretend I didn't hear him if I walk away.
No, you looked at him! You looked him in his soul!
I did look him in his soul, yeah.
God!
I did.
No! Just, sorry, I didn't hear you. The fuck ever. What'd you do? Have a pot clang close to your ear? No.
Movies that scared me as an adult, or I don't know, maybe like teenager, when I, had kind of like grown to adult size. Gotta be honest with you, the first Paranormal Activity like messed me up a little bit. I had some sleepless nights.
Yeah, but how intensely did you watch that?
What do you mean? How intensely did I watch it?
I missed most of the stuff. Like,
I was into it.
the little, like,
Oh,
oh my god, the microphone moved!
yeah. No, I was into it.
Yeah, no, I would always miss it, and like I would hear somebody gasp, and I'm like, what happened? What?
Yeah, I can see that because it's these little subtle things. It's not as like in your face.
Well, and then too, if you're sitting here and you're watching the whole thing, like if you're watching this screen here, and you're waiting to see something move, and you're like, those pillows back there look really suspicious. I'm gonna keep an eye on that. But then, like, something up here happens,
Yeah, I understand that. No, that was just one that it just resonated with me.
like, I need in your face.
I don't need it in
Here.
your face. I think the subtleties of that movie is what got me more.
Maybe it's because you're a subtle person, and I am very much not.
Maybe, yeah.
Because, like, you can ask Liz, I am terrible at catching hints. Clearly, but
Yeah. I like little subtleties, I guess.
Yeah, see, I need
Little details.
I need bright colors. I need subtitles.
Yeah.
I need a narrator being like, "Look over here, you idiot." Like, oh, okay.
Another one was
Okay.
Strangers, just because
Oh.
when that
See, that was subtle, but it was obvious.
when that chick knocks on the door and I don't know, is Derek here or whoever it was. Yeah, right. I had someone that night call me and they had said, they were like, "Oh, is so and so there?" And it was the same name, and I was like, "What the fuck?" Like, it was just a random number, and so that kept me up because I was like, "Oh my god, I need to arm up."
So, okay. I had a moment like that. I don't think it was from strangers, but it's from watching things like that.
Mm-hmm.
I was at my I lived at my parents' house, and I was down in the basement, and I was doing something down there, and I heard a knock on one of the basement windows, and like the blinds were down, and I'm like, oh, maybe I'm hearing stuff. And then I heard it again with some like scratching, and my phone went off, and like it was a number that I didn't know, and it said, "I'm watching you."
Oh, I've never heard this. That freaked me out too. I mean, that would freak anyone out.
I was
really.
like 14.
That'd freak
I
anyone
was
out.
fucking terrified, and but like I'm home alone, so I'm like I have to protect the house, and I gotta be ready.
Yeah.
And so I was like, all right, what do I do? Somebody is obviously trying to mess with me. So they sent me a text saying like, "I'm watching you," and I'm like looking around trying to figure out like who's in the window.
You're like, okay, I gotta stop beating off.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm gonna start putting my socks away. Damn. and then it was like the knock again, and then the scratching, and I got this text from the same number, and it goes, "I'm gonna get you." And I'm like full blown, my heart is fluttering in my chest, and I'm freaking the fuck out. And I'm like down in the basement, and I was like, I need the high ground. I was like, I need to get upstairs. And I texted him back, and I was like, I said something like, "Fuck you, bring chips then, bitch." And like ran up the stairs, turning off the lights, but like trying to be like cool about it, but doing like the quick like hip sway thing on the way up, and like trying not to scream out loud, but in my head I'm like, ah! And somebody knocked on the front door, and I like fucking panicked because I was like going up the stairs, and they were right there knocking at the door, and I could see through it, and it was our fucking neighbor, Chad. And I was like, I opened up the door. I'm like, "Hey man, what's going on?" He goes, "What kind of chips do you want?" I was like, "What?" He goes, "You told me to bring chips. What kind of chips did you want?" I was like, "Oh, that was you?" And he goes, "Yeah." He goes, "I thought you saw me through the window." And I was like, "No." I was like, I had a heart attack. He goes, "Oh." He goes, "Well, you probably shouldn't like talk shit to somebody if you think they're actually coming to get you." I'm like, "I don't fucking know. I'm 14.
Right.
Like, I gotta act tough." But yeah, so I've had that moment, and like, Strangers is creepy. Insidious, I said that on the last one. The Halloween movies, the originals. Halloween 1 freaked me out, but I love it. I love those movies from like the 70s for a weird reason. It's a job that I wish I could have gotten in real life if I'd have known that it was real. And it's called Foley. Do you know what a Foley is?
I do not know what a Foley is.
A Foley is somebody that adds sound effects to movies after they've been made.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
So like,
I didn't know that's what that was called.
yeah, so like if you had to like do
Right.
fingers tapping and stuff, but like a microphone on set couldn't pick it up, they'll be sitting in a studio and time it like with the movie so they can get those sounds. But like they had to figure out, they would add people's footsteps into the movies, and like you could tell they did it way afterwards because it was so crisp.
Mm-hmm.
But to hear like a heel walking on pavement back then, I like it a lot. It's very interesting to me. But no, the Halloween movies freaked me out because it was just, he didn't run, He didn't, like...
He moved at his pace.
Yeah. Like, you could not get away from that dude.
He didn't care if you saw him, too. He was going to get you.
Yeah, he's out in broad daylight.
And he was going to win.
Yeah. Fucking scary shit, man. And then the hospital version, which scared the bejesus out of me, and then you get into 4 and 5, and it gets redonk, and 6 is trash.
Well, I enjoyed 4.
Halloween 4 was alright. Halloween 5.
I enjoyed 4, actually, a lot.
Like,
I enjoyed 4 more than number 2.
Really?
Yeah, for me it goes 1, 4, 2. Or 1, 4, 3? I don't remember.
You probably didn't watch 3.
1, 4, 2?
3 doesn't have Michael Myers in it.
Mm.
Like, it's all about just a mask, a haunting of a mask. But, no, that legitimately gave me nightmares as a kid. Like, I would wake up scared. And, like, it's weird, but man, do I wish that I had, like, the ability to have nightmares now. Can't have them.
No?
Like, if I have a bad dream, it's because I dreamed that something bad happened in my life. Not that something's chasing me, and then I have to outrun it. Like, I don't know. It's just a bad dream of, like, me being scared. Like, what movie gave you nightmares?
What movie gave me nightmares?
I'm so energetic right now. And it might be because I have to pee.
Well, do you have one on the top of your head that said what movie? Or
Like, what movie gave me nightmares?
yeah.
It's the Halloween ones. Halloween always got me. Frighteners freaked me out with Michael J. Fox. Things like that.
I don't know if I've ever seen that.
Oh, it's a good one. It's not really scary, but there's scary moments to it. I remember my grandma going and renting that from the library for us.
I don't know if I remember a movie that gave me nightmares.
You need to figure it out. I have to pee so bad.
Yeah?
I drank way too much water before we came in here. Not even drink water. Like, I'm just energetic. My bladder's nothing. Like, watch, I'm going to step upstairs, and that's when I'm going to pee. I'm going to pass that stone. Do you think it's possible to, like take the urine and put it back into your kidneys? Like, if your bladder gets so full, would it push it somewhere else? Like, have you ever gotten that? Like, have you ever had to poop so bad that you thought you were going to throw up?
No.
Am I just asking too many questions?
Maybe.
I feel like I'm off the rails.
Cool. Well, if you gotta pee, we could do a real quick little intermission, and I could just refill my drink.
Nope, it's gone. Okay, I'm good.
You good?
Yep, I feel like I just peed inside my body. Okay, so scary movies that like really gave you nightmares though. What do you got? Nothing?
I don't think I have anything. I don't think I've had nightmares that have been directly correlated with movies. I really can't think of. I've had nightmares that happen just on their own when they want to, but nothing that's ever been because of a movie.
Like you've never watched a movie or a series of movies and then had bad dreams?
Mm-mm. I'm not saying I haven't had nightmares, just not because of a movie that I had just watched. That's what I'm saying.
If you like, you're fucking crazy, bro.
That's established. That's been established, yeah.
We have figured that out.
Oh, yeah.
Figured I'll show this thing off real quick, too.
Just hasn't happened.
My classy motherfucker hat.
Nice.
Yeah. Very proud of that.
But I got a question for you.
Bring it.
It's not movie related.
Oh, bring it.
It's food related, actually.
Okay.
While cooking, have you ever caught something on fire?
No. But I don't do a lot of crazy stuff in there.
Mm-hmm.
Like if I caught macaroni and cheese on fire, like that would be pretty fucking stupendous.
That'd be a rough day because like not only would you have had to like completely burn it and turn it into charcoal, like you'd have to keep cooking it after it turns into complete charcoal in order to like get that on fire.
Like the closest that I've come to setting something on fire while cooking has probably been on the grill when like all the grease builds up.
Yeah.
and it just starts kicking out that like foot high flame, and it's kissing your face and shit. And other than that, no. Like, I don't do a lot of work with sauces or anything like that. So I'm pretty safe in the kitchen.
Nice, that's good.
I try, you know.
That's really good.
I also I don't know anything about cooking to really like get into it. To do some Bobby souffle. Bam!
Did you say Bobby Souffle?
Yeah, isn't that his name?
It's Bobby Flay.
Oh,
That's fine.
whatever.
You don't have to know him.
No, isn't he the Bam guy?
No, that's Emerald. Emerald Lagasse.
Emerald the guy?
Emerald Lagasse.
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 No.
John Wayne Gacy.
No. I'm literally saying it right to you. And you can't repeat it back. No, Emerald's the Bam, and the whole thing behind the Bam is rumors were going around from the filming crew that he was so boring, so he started doing this Bam to wake up the cameramen.
Well, and I guess I'm not a real adult 'cause I've never burned.
You've never burned your dinner?
I mean, no. My problem is I undercook everything.
Okay.
Tried to catch pizza on fire. That's because the cardboard was still under it. I don't even think I did that. Somebody else did that. That wasn't me. Was that you? No, that was you.
That was me.
Yeah, that was you. You put the fucking cardboard on there.
It didn't burn or catch on fire or anything.
No, but we smelled it.
We smelled it.
What the
It's like,
fuck is that?
Something smells kind of weird. Yeah, that was me. That one was definitely me.
Damn, what was I gonna say? Lost it.
Well, I've got some moments.
I would hope so, because
I-
you do some high flying stuff.
I've done significantly more cooking,
Mm-hmm.
so I actually have some fun moments. Moments where I caught fire while cooking. It was like never an issue until I started working at Bass Street. It's never been an issue, but I never had moments where I caught anything on fire until like the last year. I was solid until the last year.
Started getting lazy.
The first one, I guess the first one happened in our old place. I was making duck confit, so I was cooking duck in its own fat in a container in the oven. And when I pulled it out, I mean, we're talking like I had like 1.5 pounds of fat in this roasting pan. I pull it out and like totally flip it over by accident. No, because I was sliding the grate out in the oven and it just slid off the back and flipped upside down. So all the 1.5 pounds of grease landed on the open flames in the oven. And it was like, our oven looked like a fireplace that was out of control.
Like the gates of hell.
And we had guests over and I was like, shit, everyone out of the house.
Run!
Yeah, all I did was turn off the oven and like, that was fine, but I went to try and find the fire extinguisher and it wasn't an issue. But
Just end up spitting
yeah,
at.
that was definitely wild. But I had 2 moments this past year at Bass Street. The first one, I was cooking, and it always happened with my buddy and then a line cook named Mark. And Mark's just the most lovable guy.
Fucking Mark.
He's the most lovable guy. So, one instance was we were getting rocked with burgers. What? What are you blowing?
It's starting to look like Casablanca in here. Sorry.
We're getting rocked with burgers, and we had this. It's a butter wheel. So it's a container. It's got butter in it, and it's got a wheel, so you can just like spin buns across the wheel and butter buns real quick. So we got so many burgers that
Has anybody ever told you that they don't want none unless you got buns, hun?
nobody's ever told me that. But I
Missed
set the
opportunity.
butter wheel on the ledge in front of the grill, just to make it quick. And I guess I had turned around, and I had nudged the butter wheel so that like the 2 pounds of melted butter fell on top of the grill. And I look at Mark because I had turned my back, and I felt it. I didn't see it,
Felt it kiss your back.
but I felt the heat. And I look over at Mark's face, and he's like, His eyes go up like to the ceiling. So that was almost an issue.
Yeah.
The grill was like on fire and like high. But
Have you ever actually set yourself on fire?
have I set myself on fire? No. But the third instance that I'm going to talk about, I had to use the fire extinguisher. And it's the first time I've had to use the fire extinguisher in a professional kitchen.
Okay, it's back. You tell this story. I had to run out and pee.
Yeah.
I'll be right back. Tell the audience the story, and I'll listen to it in a minute. I gotta go. This is gonna be bad. I'm gonna see if I can pee through the floor, like how you did.
Yeah, I'm going to see if I can like hear how effective the stream is. You got it, buddy. Okay. So this third instance. It's at the broil station. The broil station is where you cook all your steaks. Our broiler, when I was working at Bass Street, is a little different. I mean, it was so hot, you know, it regularly was up to 900 degrees, if not higher. I decided to clean it one day. You know, all the grease from all the steaks cooking, they'll fall on a grease trap beneath the grill grates and beneath the flames. I decided to clean that one day, and that night I'm cooking these big, I mean these tomahawk chopped ribeyes. I mean, the freaking meat is this big, as big as your face. It's 2 inches tall. It's got a bone that stretches 1.5 feet. Just these massive steaks that we were running for special during the month of December. And that night, right after I'd cleaned the grease traps, just all the grease was landing on this bare, clean tray. I didn't think that there would be much of an issue with that, but seeing as there wasn't fryer, charcoal, and soiling on the tray to catch the grease, the tray just got so hot that this metal tray was on fire and caught on fire and just engulfed the whole broiler station. So I had to use a fire extinguisher and just extinguish the flames.
Wait, I've never heard that story. Tell me that story.
I had cleaned out the grease trap, and we had these big tomahawk chops. You remember seeing those? Those American Wagyu? They're like,
Yeah.
the fucking steak was that big and the bone was coming out. Yeah. And I was cooking that night, and for whatever reason, the grease falling from the steak landing on the grease trap, the now clean, just plain metal grease trap that didn't have like the soot and the charcoal and grease from prior. For whatever reason, it caught flames after being freshly cleaned and washed. And so it like just engulfed the broiler station. I had to use the fire extinguisher.
Did you use the pass system? Pull, aim, squeeze, sweep? Or were you just like, bah!
No, I just pulled that pin and I was like, bah, bah, bah. And Mark was with me that time too.
Did it in spurts.
Mark, the lovable guy, was with me that time.
See, I don't have that issue.
It was a fire extinguisher. Oh yeah.
I don't ever use, like, I don't have to worry about overcooking. My problem is I undercook.
Mm-hmm.
Like, a lot. Because I'm always worried about overcooking. So, like...
So, my fire issues never resulted from me, like, overcooking or anything.
No, it's just an
accident. It was just a freak accident, yeah.
See, my problem is I tried al dente noodles one time. Where, like, al dente is just slightly undercooked noodles, right?
I mean, there's some people that you ask where al dente is perfect. Al dente is where it still has just a touch of a chew, but it's not undercooked. It just still has just a little bit of chew, and that's by many people considered perfect.
Well, you know what? You want to know where al dente is not perfect? In chicken, in hamburgers, in like whatever. Like sometimes, man, I can't get all the way to the middle. There's that little bit of redness in there. I'm like with the chicken breast. I'm like, yeah, it's al dente. It's al dente.
No. I can work with you on chicken because I am a chicken wizard. I've got a few people that will attest to that.
You're a chicken gizzard.
I'm just kind of a bird guy. Birds are kind of my specialties.
I struggle with everything.
And I think with something as humble as chicken, it
Did you hear
deserves...
my pee?
No, I wasn't paying attention.
What? Dude, I tried so hard. Have you ever tried to like push the pee out so much that like
I was trying to put out a fire with my pee the other day. I was trying to just get it out as fast as possible so I could come back down here, and I felt like I could have put out a fire.
Yeah, but like mine accidentally like I don't know.
Oh, it's split?
Yeah, like I tried too hard.
We didn't just wake up, so that's weird.
Yeah, no. I'm all excited. I'm spitting all over my mic. Oh man.
Yeah.
So okay, hey, we're getting back into the movie theater
Movies. Oh,
days.
yeah. Let's get back into movies.
We're getting back into where the movie theaters are opening up though. Have you kept track of anything going on? Like any movies that are supposed to be coming out that you're actually like, fuck yeah.
Really? I don't know of movies that have been in theaters the last 2 years. I just don't see, because I don't have like cable or basic TV.
You
So
have Facebook.
So I don't get any like trailers or previews or anything on anything. I really don't know what's coming out. Unless I go and I'm like, hey, let's go to the movies, and then I look what's in theater. That's the only way that I'll know what's in theater.
I honestly like our movie theater across the pond over in Davenport. They've got those Barca Lounger seats. that you
Those really bug me. Like, you want to know first world problems? I complain about those because
It's too comfy.
no, it's not. I don't like the fact that you can't control the back and the legs separately. Like, the back only starts to recline once your legs are fully up. I don't like my legs fully flat when I recline. First world problems.
Yeah.
Totally first world problems.
I don't know. My problem is that little desk thing that folds out. Like, I don't need that. Like, I want to be able to kick my legs up and just, like, fully relax. I also consistently take my shoes off when I'm there.
Do you?
I got my feet up, man. I'm in a Barca Lounger. Why would I want to keep my shoes on while I'm watching this stuff? Like, nah. I just want to relax. So I take my shoes off. And you don't got to worry about somebody like putting their feet up on the back of your seat with no shoes. Yeah, why not? Why can't I be comfortable?
I don't want anyone's feet on the back of my seat.
That's why those ones are so much better because they
Period.
physically can't.
Yeah,
They're so spread out.
that's true.
I don't know. I've been looking at the drive-ins a lot. Drive-in theaters are looking pretty dope. In England,
It's annoying me. In England, what?
you're annoying all of us now.
It keeps falling because the microphone's too heavy.
Are you done?
I'm done. In England,
In England, in England, they're doing drive-ins with horror movies, but they're having actors like creatures going out in the parking lot and like going up and scaring people in the cars. Like, people are getting creative in these COVID days on how to like have haunted houses and scary stuff without actually being able to do a haunted house. Like, they've got haunted car washes. I don't know where, but I saw
at
TikTok
the car wash.
at the car wash.
Whoa.
But like, people come up and like they're like trying to get you while you're in the car wash, and I was like, that freaks me out because that's like the movie The Crazies, another scary movie that I love with Timothy Olyphant.
Yeah, that one was great. It wasn't at all what we thought it was going to be when we saw it in theaters, but that was okay. It was great.
Do you know it's a remake?
I did not know that.
Yeah, the original sucks. It's so bad. It's so campy.
Well, inspiration can come from anywhere. That's what's great.
It's redonk.
That's what's really great. Yeah, isn't it a Danny McBride
Yes.
movie coming out in 2021?
So, Danny McBride is starting to reach his full potential to what he wanted to do in Hollywood.
Yeah,
And he's
he
starting to
wanted
get into producing stuff.
Yep.
He started with producing Alien remakes. And he got into those. I didn't watch it. I watched Prometheus, which is like the prequel of a prequel to Aliens.
Well, his first like movie was Your Highness, when he wrote the script, produced.
I don't think he directed that, though.
He didn't direct it,
No.
no, but he was executive producer, and
Yeah.
he wrote the script, and that was like their first project. That was their first baby, was
Yeah.
Your Highness,
But,
which is incredible.
you got Natalie Portman in a thong.
That's not why the movie was incredible.
Oh. I don't know.
It's just funny.
She's a classy girl. She shouldn't be doing stuff like that.
It's a really funny movie.
It's all right. That's
You
right.
say it's all right.
I said it. It's
You
all
didn't
right.
care for it?
Ah,
Oh my gosh.
there's. It's one of those things where it's like I really can't. Like sometimes the humor is just not what I want. Like when James Franco gets bit in the dick by like something venomous, and they're like arguing as to who's gonna suck the venom out.
Yeah, parts whatever. But
Yeah.
I love the little details, like where the evil warlock, he's like, magic, motherfucker. Like these little quips where like you don't expect that to be in
Fucking. The
like
fucking.
the fucking.
Yeah, the fucking was funny.
Yeah.
All right, no, it was all right, but I don't know.
When that dude, like, they see him naked and he's got no dick. It's just the Ken treatment.
Yeah,
That movie's great.
it's all right. Maybe I gotta go back.
You need to
and watch
rewatch it, or
I got it.
watch it with me and get a little bit of like that contagious laughter.
You laugh at anything that involves dicks, though.
Dicks are funny. I'm not gonna argue that. Yeah, you're right.
One of my favorite things, we were watching. There's this movie called Sex Drive.
Oh my gosh! I didn't realize this was a problem until because I thought you were gonna bring up Forgetting Sarah Marshall,
No.
but we're bringing up Sex Drive unrated. Yeah, dicks are funny.
So this was a funny setup. So Sex Drive, it's about some kid who's going across the country, trying to hook up, like loses virginity, and in the process,
Great movie.
he's got two of his friends with him. One of them's a chick, the other one's like a dude who tries to be a ladies' man, and they're out in like the sticks somewhere in like Alabama or something.
BFE.
Yeah.
I think they were heading towards Tennessee. Was there?
Something like that.
Mhm.
So, the ladies' man ends up hooking up with some girl, and then her husband comes home.
Some like trailer park.
Yeah, so he's
Yeah.
got to run away, but he's got like a bronze.
He was handcuffed to the bed frame. So
Yeah.
he gets away and he like disassembles the bed frame to get away. So he's running through a cornfield.
He's running through
handcuffed
cornfield
to
naked.
naked with the bed frame on.
But like in the original movie, it doesn't show anything below the waist. But in the unrated version, he's running through a cornfield.
And he's pasty.
Yeah, he's
a
white
pasty
as
white
hell.
dude. Very pasty.
And
yeah.
so it shows him running through, and then it cuts to some black guy standing in place,
Like hung black dude.
jogging in place with
Jogging
like
in place.
like clear green screen corn stalks behind him.
Yeah, just flopping.
A solid like 30 seconds of just dick flopping.
Yeah, but then it goes back to him running, all pasty as shit, and then it goes back to the black dick.
Connor and I watched that, and we had no idea that it was gonna happen, and
Oh,
we
so
both
funny.
just started dying laughing from it. And like
So funny.
two other people were with us, and they were watching it too, and they're like, "The
Right.
fuck are you guys laughing at?"
Right.
And then we rewind it.
We rewound it.
Oh man,
Say what you will, but it was a good laugh.
dicks are funny. Dicks are funny.
Dicks
I
are
can't
funny.
help it.
Dicks are funny. Like when you watch Superbad, the part where he's like drawing dicks.
Oh yeah,
Just
big
super
veiny
funny.
motherfucker.
It's super funny.
See, like Connor will laugh at anything involving a dick. I laugh with anything involving a fart. Like I can't help it. Like anytime Connor farts, I giggle. Just I can't help it. When's the last time you shit your pants?
It's probably been since high school. Hasn't been since high school, yeah.
Like in high school, you shit yourself?
Not in school, but like those days, you know. So it's been over 10 years since I've shit my pants.
There you go. Good job.
Yeah.
I'm going on a solid like 7 months.
Nice. Nice.
It wasn't my fault. All right, I was sick.
I think you were actually there the last time I shit my pants.
What happened?
I don't know. I was just wearing pajamas. I farted and it just didn't go well, and I like held it out. Went
Yeah,
upstairs, wiped up.
it happens. See, mine was I had too many antibiotics, and like, I swear to God, it
yeah.
just gave me like anal leakage. Like I would wake up and I was just gross.
Yeah. Like the runny nose equivalent of your butthole.
Yep.
That's rough.
And then, yeah, it kept happening because I kept like getting sick, and so the solution was to make like a little butt plug out of toilet paper.
Oh,
Not proud of it, but that's how that went.
you butt plugged?
Not like in, but you know, like
Should've
along
done
the
it
crack.
with a cork. That would have been cool.
Just bing. Corks are scary, man. Those things can come out at like high speeds.
Mm-hmm.
Some terrifying stuff.
Yeah.
We barely talked about movies on this. We're just kind of all over the place.
We have barely. I was thinking about Dr. Dolittle.
Which one?
I don't know. I was just thinking about Dr. Dolittle in general.
Robert Downey Jr.'s Dr. Dolittle now.
Yeah.
I didn't like it.
I got a question.
What's up?
So, like, if animals could talk, what are some
Terrifying.
What are some of the animals that you think would be like the rudest? They'd just be like rude
Cats.
British fucks. Yeah, cats is like the first.
Cats,
obvious,
hands down.
It's the first obvious choice.
I also think like squirrels. I think squirrels would just be dicks,
Like
like
from Rick
without
and
even
Morty?
thinking about it. Yeah.
We shall destabilize the economy in Argentina.
Like,
Little boy.
like
Blue
squirrels
Jays.
just have a blue jay.
Blue jays are dicks.
Why?
They're dicks, dude. Blue jays are dicks.
I think a possum.
They're dope, man. Possums are cool.
I feel like a possum.
No, blue jays are dicks.
A possum is the equivalent of a New York homeless person.
Yeah, but they're not always rude.
Yeah, they are.
No, they're not.
They want $1. They want it now. Don't you dare give me a sandwich.
It's called J.G. Wentworth.
877 cash now. That doesn't work like that. They're homeless. They don't have any money to get.
Yeah. Blue jays, though. Blue jays is my answer. I've gotten in a fist fight with a blue jay before.
They don't have fists.
Yeah, well, I do.
So you punched a blue jay, is
Well,
what you're saying.
I was trying to. I was like throwing these like covering my head hammer fists.
What'd you do to the blue jay? Did you fuck with the nest?
No, they are super territorial.
Yeah.
They're super territorial. No, they're just my grandma's got multiple bird feeders, and she's got all these beautiful birds that come in, and then the blue jays will come up and they'll be like, this is our turf. You can't eat here now. Rah rah. And so like I went out and I was like, quit being dicks. And they're just getting territorial. So I went up and I was just like,
You,
just trying to throw
sir,
hammer fists.
you do not know Alfred Hitchcock's works that well, do you then?
The birds.
The birds, man.
Birds.
I had that almost happen in my backyard. My dog Hallie, I don't know if she got this bird or if the bird just fell into the yard and was injured. Well, my dog kept going up to this bird that's laying in the yard, and she kept trying to sniff it. And I had walked by a window, and I looked out, and I just saw like 50 to 60 birds sitting in the tree, and like a couple of them would swoop down towards Hallie, and like she would move away, but then she would go back to this injured bird, and I had to like run out into the yard to get her, to bring her into the yard, and like I had birds swooping at me, like just and I was like, all I could think was about Alfred Hitchcock, and I was like, this happened to him. Like I'm about to become a great director now.
Yeah.
Because I've had this experience, and I'm just waiting for my time to shine.
It's blue jays and then those damn red-winged blackbirds.
I think that's what was in the yard.
Red-winged blackbirds, man. Like I'll encounter them disc golfing, and I gotta go grab my disc, and it's by this tree, and they've got that freaking certain pitch, and you know it's them, and they will swoop like that. But blue jays, they're dicks, but they're also like they're sort of badass in a way, because sometimes I'll hang out with my grandparents and we'll just like watch the birds in their backyard. And one time we saw a hawk get a blue jay.
Are you about to become like a St. Louis fans or something off
No.
of this?
No. Um, this hawk snatched up this blue jay and was flying away. And this blue jay like made out this separate call. It was a different call. Don't remember what it was.
I need
And then
backup!
you just see this freaking flock of blue jays just go fearlessly and just beat the shit out of this hawk till he like released that blue jay. Yeah.
Not in our town, bitch!
They were just all over him. They were like, they don't give a shit. They just jumped this dude. It was kind of cool. But they're dicks.
Yeah, but they're the good ones to have like on your side.
Yeah, so I guess like if I get kidnapped, I want a bunch of blue jay friends. Get my back.
I got you. I'll learn how to whistle like a blue jay and I'll come and save you.
Yeah.
I'll be ready for that.
Just get like real territorial.
Maybe you need a flock of blue jays to start talking to people that are supposed to be bringing you your equipment for the restaurant.
Yeah, it's just kind of annoying. We're supposed to get this. We're supposed to get our equipment today. I recruited a couple people to help, like bring in the equipment. They're supposed to come anywhere today from 12 to 2. Okay.
12 to 2.
Yeah. So we get there like 1:30 because we haven't heard anything yet. We're waiting. Right around 2 o'clock, they're like, yeah, we're running late. It's going to be like 5 o'clock. Okay, well, these people got to work, so we're not going to have help. So we try and schedule it for tomorrow. And they're like, yeah, no problem. We can make you the first stop. So we're like, okay, so we'll be the first stop. What time are you guys going to deliver our
first
equipment?
stop from where? Where are we talking about?
I don't know where. Because I didn't make the call. So I missed the very first part of the conversation. And then he put it on speakerphone. So we're like, cool, first stop. What time are you going to come? And she was like, well, the drivers usually leave here around 9:30.
Sounds like a beatboxer that fell down the stairs.
Yeah. She's like, yeah, the drivers usually leave here around like 9:30, so they'll be there anywhere from 10:30 to noon. And so we're like, are you freaking kidding me? Because she paused between 10:30 and noon. She'd be like, yeah, they'll be there anywhere from 10:30. Like, cool. Little half hour
Yay!
gap. Cool. We'll get there at 10 and we'll wait to noon. Crap. Like, are you kidding me?
Like, even the cable guys are like, that's some bullshit.
I know. Yeah. So.
We would never make our people wait that long.
But first stop, like, how are you about to, like, leave for your job at 9 and then just not get there until noon? So I would hope that they'll be there by 10 tomorrow. We'll see.
Don't hold your breath, man. They got you by the cojones right now.
We'll see. Yep. But I should have a completely functional commercial kitchen to cook in by next week.
When's the, like, okay, so you're going to get the equipment in.
Yep.
When's the actual, like, planned open date?
Planned open date, there's some finer details with what he's working on with the lease. We don't actually have to start paying on the lease until we're ready to open. So the kitchen will be ready soon. That's been kind of the first part, but there's some little details he wants to do in the dining room and the bar, and he wants to make the bar by hand. Yeah, just to make it kind of stand out, because it's almost like your centerpiece. When you walk
like
in,
wood? Like, is it going to be a wood bar?
Yep.
Okay.
So there's certain things that he wants to do by hand, decorative wise. So it'll be a while. We're talking like late spring, at least May, if not later.
You could call these people first thing in the morning, they would still probably feed you some bullshit.
Yeah, she would
line.
just stutter for a half hour. Yeah.
Put a beat behind it.
Some steep bass.
So when you get this kitchen up and going, you gonna let me come in? You gonna teach me some stuff?
I can.
Ooh.
Got a key.
She got full access.
Yep, full access. I'll just be able to just kind of do some research, experimenting, some development up until it opens.
Bro.
And what I plan to do is, it gets so when we plan a pop up off site, it's so annoying to do all of the prep work and all of the cooking in my kitchen. So it's gonna be so nice to be able to work in that kitchen, do dishes real quick, wrap it up, go home. It's going to make the process so much easier.
Why not just set up some tables there though, and have people like cook it there and serve it there?
Just because we're not going to be up to code on everything until we actually open up.
Yeah, but you're not actually like paying people to come in there, or, well, I mean they're paying, but they're not paying the restaurant.
Yeah, it's kind of a gray area.
Better to not get in trouble before you even open.
Yeah, better to not have that issue.
Don't listen to me. I'm not a lawyer. I don't know shit.
Just better to not have that issue.
There you go.
We'll go off site somewhere.
I don't know. I think it'll be fun. I think it'll be fun to see you back in your natural habitat. See you actually slinging some meat.
Agreed.
Oh. I feel like it's been such a long time though since you've been in the kitchen.
You telling me?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Does it feel like you're going back to school?
No.
No. It's just riding a bike, just getting back on it.
Just riding a bike.
Your Schwinn with a banana seat with mini apes and a bell and a card in between the spokes.
A basket.
Ching ching,
Oh,
ching
you bet
ching.
that card's between the spokes. Oh, yeah.
Did you do that?
For sure. I did that, and then, like, we'd run over aluminum cans.
Oh, I was just about to ask about that. We did do that too, and my dad would get so pissed because like the tread on the tire would just be gone in a day.
Yeah.
He's like, "What are you guys doing to this?" And then also when we learned how to stop using our foot in the back, like you just jam your foot between the tire and the frame and it'll skid. Do that, but like one, you ruin your shoes, you ruin the tires, your foot, like your shoe gets sucked in there and like I don't know, fall. Fun days being a kid, man.
Oh, yeah. I remember taking the brake lines.
When was the last
off
time you
bikes
rode
to
a
make them
bike?
lighter. A long time. Probably over 10 years since I've ridden a bike.
I know the last time that I was like actually on a bike like repeatedly was when I lost my license because that was the only way that I could get around, and I found like an old dyno, like a fucking 15-pound dyno bike, and that's how I got around the neighborhood. And I think at one point I rode it like up to the Avenue of the Cities from my parents' house, which was a jaunt. And that sucked. And I realized I never want to lose my license again because I could not do it. Like, everything has hills. Fuck that. Oh.
We live in a valley.
It's too much work, man. It was like, oh, just get on the bus. I don't want to ride a bus. I've almost been hit by a bus. Like, just walking. Those bus drivers are
Those bus
insane.
drivers are no joke, man.
No, they're aggressive. They're too aggressive.
They are aggressive.
God. It's like
Oh,
they're
yeah.
playing the points game where they're driving and they want to run somebody over.
Oh, yeah.
15 points. Kid with a backpack, 20.
Yeah, they're not defensive drivers by any means.
God. Oh. I still love watching like Fast and the Furious movies and making me want to go out and drive. I tried something.
Family.
Apparently there's a TV show on Netflix, a Fast and the Furious spinoff.
Oh, gosh.
It's a cartoon. It's fucking terrible. But I've watched like 3 episodes of it, and I can't stop now. Like, I'm committed to it. I don't know. Like, I just wanted something to fall asleep to. And so I put that on, and it was different back then when you were a kid. Like, that was common way to get around, you know. Nowadays, I don't know, everybody's got a ride. You got Ubers, shit like that, carpools. Just had your mom drop you off at the mall and you were set.
Yeah.
Or get dropped off at somebody else's house who was like central and you walked around everywhere. Man, we walked around a lot when we were younger. Like going from neighborhood to neighborhood. That was decent. That's because, like, for the longest time, when you were at Steve's house, like, everything was just kind of centrally located there.
Because it had to be. Because I was always under lockdown.
True, but, I mean,
Everyone
still,
had to meet at my house.
it wasn't bad, but, I mean, like,
Yeah, everything.
located-wise,
right,
I mean,
yeah.
we were still pretty close. We were
Very
right down the
central.
road from Veely.
Central Moline. Oh, yeah.
When's the last time you were at Veely?
Oh, it's probably been since we've been at the last place, since we moved into this house, so.
Really? You need to go
2-3
back,
years.
man.
Yeah.
You need to go back and revisit.
2-3 years.
Veely, if you don't know, is it's a
Monument.
monument at
A
Riverside.
big monument at the cemetery by us.
By Riverside Cemetery, and it overlooks Illinois, the river,
The
and then Iowa.
entire valley.
Yeah.
It overlooks the river, and you just see the entire valley.
It's
and
so
yeah,
beautiful.
it's beautiful. It's awesome.
We used to go there when we were kids. We would hang out on there and just look
Remember-
over.
Remember when I called the cops on ourselves at the cemetery?
I thought Aaron did that.
Aaron and I did it.
Yeah.
We're like, yeah,
Idiots.
there's these kids in the cemetery that are lighting up fireworks.
I think I showed up to the tail end of that, but
You were
didn't
so
you
mad.
mess up your knee too?
That was a separate time.
Oh.
That was a totally separate time. Bad. Messed it up bad.
That's what you get.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
no,
just remember
we-
the cops driving along the edge there and
Shining the flashlights, and we're like-
the spotlight
We're
up,
like running
everybody's
and
running.
hiding. It was a blast. I had fun. You guys didn't have fun.
No, because we were coming up there to hang out. Then all of a sudden the cops are coming.
I wanted to have fun.
Go have fun on your own record.
That was a good time.
I want to say, I think it was because I drove my vehicle up there. That's what pissed me off.
Mm,
I had my truck up there and you
no,
called the cops.
no vehicles were up there.
Oh.
They were at the tennis courts.
I know at
And
one time.
he did drive by and he took the license plate at the tennis courts,
Yeah.
and that's when you were like, "Son of a bitch!"
I know at one time I had my truck up there and the cops were rolling through and I was trying to get out quick and I exited the cemetery and I got pulled over by the cops and they searched my truck looking
What?
for so we were hanging up
I
there or
don't know
something
this.
and the cops were coming through and y'all left. Everybody
This
ran.
was a separate time, right?
Yeah, I think this is a separate time. But everybody left. But I'm the only one there with a vehicle. Because I want to say I drove us up there. But everybody's like, oh, the cops are coming. Ha 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 ha.
Well, I was always able to walk there from my house.
True. But so my truck is sitting off the side of Ely. And I'm like, I need to get this thing out of here. Because, they're going to find it. And I'm going to get it towed or something like that. So I'm trying to leave. And they pull me over just off to the side of the baseball fields. And they're like, what were you doing up there? I was looking for my friend's dog. You're looking for your friend's dog. I was like, yeah, his name's Millhouse. I was like, he gets out all the time. True statement, he does. I don't think I'd been by the house, but if I were to assume that Millhouse got out 7 out of 10 times,
That's
I
a
would be
super.
right.
Yeah, that's that was super fair.
It's a safe bet.
Yeah, they can't even
And they lived close enough that it could have been going to Veely.
Mm-hmm.
So they're like, well, what are you doing up there? I was like, I'm looking for my buddy's dog.
That's a really good lie.
Dude, I'm quick with it sometimes. Yeah. And they're like, they asked me, what's the dog look like? And I was like, he's white. He's got a short tail, brown ears. I was like, his name's Millhouse. He's a couple years old. And I was like, he's like a hound dog. And they're like, does he live this way? And I was like, well, they live up off of, I think, 29th Street. 25th Street. And, he just kind of runs. And he might have made it all the way over here. We don't know. This is a big open field. And they're like, ask me again, about the dog. And I described the dog perfectly because it was a real dog. And they're like, well, do you mind if we go through your vehicle? I was like, oh, dude, go ahead. So they go through my vehicle, and I'm 16 at the time.
You could have said no, though, right?
Now I do.
Yeah.
I didn't know that back then. I didn't want
Right.
to seem suspicious. But we're
Right.
going to call your parents.
No, you can totally be like, no,
Nah.
no.
But so I was like, yeah, dude, go ahead. I wasn't worried about it. I didn't have anything in my
Right.
truck.
Yeah, yeah, I don't.
That's fine with me. So they're going through it, and I did have something in my truck. I had a pack of Swishers. I had a pack of the Swishers cigars that we would go up and smoke up at Veely. I was 16. I wasn't supposed to have them.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, wow.
So they're going through my truck, and they find those, back in between the seats. And they're like, what are these? And I was like, Swishers?
Swishers.
They're cigars. Why do you have them? To smoke them. He goes, how old are you? I was like, 16. He goes, it's illegal for you to have these. Sorry.
Okay.
Where'd you buy them from? Oh, I can't remember. I'm not going to give up my source from my Swisher Sweets. Are you serious? And they're like, well, we're taking these. Ooh, okay, go ahead, dude.
Okay.
Searched everything. I want to say they threatened to call a dog. Like, they threatened to call a search dog or something. Maybe they did. I don't know. They were looking for something. I was like, what exactly are you looking for? And they're like, well, people go up here and they desecrate the graves and take things. So we're just making sure you don't have anything. I was like, dude, I was up there to relax, get away from everything, and smoke a cigar.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. That's all I'm doing.
That's all we ever did.
Yeah.
Except for the one time I called the cops
Yeah.
on ourselves. That's the only case. Yep.
Nah, we had a lot of fun up there. Those were good times. I think we went up there. I showed Liz that when her and I first started dating. Because I was like, yo, I got something really beautiful that I want to show you. Start driving into the cemetery, and she's like, where are we going? I'm like, blah, blah, blah. Hang on. And I was like, you'll see. And drove her up to Veely and had her looking out, and she's like, this is beautiful. I'm like, right? It's like you're not even in a cemetery. It's just a nice view. Don't look behind you, though, because the headstones are fucking freaky. And the groundskeeper's building is just shockingly scary. Like, it makes me think of Jeepers Creepers. But, man. And then also you don't want to think about the fact that there's like a Civil War grave site with a bunch of unmarked graves.
You go and check them.
Graves.
They're not unmarked
Some
necessarily. It's to the point where there's just like numbers on them.
Yeah.
You'll go and it's just a slab of stone with a number written.
Yeah. And then you got some douchebag kids out there that destroy them because they think they're funny. Damn hooligans. Yeah, hoonyakis.
That's crazy to see.
That's the world we live in these days, man. Just things don't make sense. But all right, well, Yawnzilla over here.
I know I keep yawning.
Yeah, you're about to make it contagious. This is a fun podcast that was supposed to be about movies that was barely about movies. We got sidetracked. I had a lot of energy today.
We get sidetracked with everything.
I've got so much energy tonight, and I don't know why.
Give some to me.
Maybe tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow I'll send you some at like 10 o'clock so you can call those people and like, I'll give you some big hooped earrings.
Get over here.
You could like, I want my equipment. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Hit you with some of that. But thank you guys for stopping in. This is a shorter one compared to normal. We usually do like 2 hours, but I think this is a fun little talk. It was fun.
I can go watch Surf Ninjas.
Getting some, it's on Disney Plus. I swear to God, I'm gonna have to double check it. I'll double check it when I get home. But
if it's there, I'll watch it.
Thanks for stopping by, y'all. It was fun chatting with you. Join us next week, 8:30, same time. Check out our YouTube channel. There's a turtle in my soup.
Mm-hmm.
We're uploading clips and videos from our podcasts, and we're going to try to keep that up to date and blah, 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 blah. So, thanks for coming by. Okay, love you, bye.
Okay, love you back.